The WWE, where the only thing allowed to use steroids is the steel cage. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlogger who always tells it like it is. Ever since the match debuted in 1997, I've been calling the Hell in a Cell a steel cage on steroids. And let's face it, it kind of is. It's a steel cage with a wider base and a roof. And one major difference is that there's no escape from it. Unless there is, thanks to a pair of wire cutters or a particularly vicious throw against the cage or whatever. For this pay-per-view, the Cell is in play for the 39th and 40th time. One for a title, one for kicks. Here are my official, unofficial, official predictions for Hell in a Cell 2018. Kickoff match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. New Day versus Rusev Day. All we got is a couple of days on the field. Look, Rusev and Aiden English have been doing well as a tag team lately, but I think the time has come for them to split up. Yeah, English has been making up for his goofs lately, but that can't last. Plus, like I said a few weeks ago, the New Day is a solid team. I may not like them as champions, but I prefer a veteran team over a thrown-together one. So I'm going with the New Day. Now to the main card. Mixed tag match, Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. Now, need I remind everyone about the last time The Miz and Mrs. faced a Bella and her beau? WrestleMania 33, they lost in record time to John Cena and Nikki Bella. So why should the trend halt here? I don't care how long ago Maurice had her baby. That may prove she's a tough woman, but not a tough wrestler. Meanwhile, Daniel and Brie have had some time to work out their strategy because, well, they haven't been as busy with Total Bellas. Despite the fact that another foreign object might be used, Danny and Brie aren't stupid enough to fall for it twice. Winners are Bryan and Bella. Hell in a Cell match. Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. I have no idea what's keeping Orton from demolishing Hardy. He could have done it at SummerSlam, but decided against it. He could have done it over the last month since, but he allowed himself to be swantoned through a table. If he wants to keep his legend killer status, he had better not mess around. Orton's no stranger to Hell in a Cell. He's 3 for 6 himself in it. And this is Jeff's first go-round inside the structure, but it must be like heaven to him, the thrill-seeker he is. I don't see him swantoning Orton from the top of the cell, though. It's going to be brutal, no doubt, but in the end, the RKO out of nowhere puts Hardy down. I'm picking Randy Orton. SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair defends against Becky Lynch. Bloody called it. As soon as Charlotte was put in that match at SummerSlam, I knew she was going to steal Becky's thunder and win a title. And I knew Becky would turn on Charlotte at the end. As I said, they want to make Charlotte a 16-time champ like her recently hitched old man. But, damn it, Becky deserves that title. One-on-one, though, I'm afraid Charlotte has the advantage. Unless Carmella intervenes on Lynch's part, the Queen City Slicker will hold the title a bit longer. Winner is Charlotte Flair. For the Raw Women's title, Ronda Rousey in her first defense against Alexa Bliss. Yeah, Bliss will no doubt have Mickie James and Alicia Fox by her side, but from the looks of things, Rousey will definitely have Natalya by her side and maybe one or two others. Everyone thinks Bliss is a coward, which is true, and needs help to gain or retain a title. Also true. Unless her cronies beat the stuffing out of Rousey before the match, though, this match should be no different from SummerSlam, meaning a total slaughter of Little Miss Bliss. As long as Natty keeps the others at bay, Bliss's arms will be in a sling for a long time. Ronda Rousey retains. Raw Tag Team Championships. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler versus Intercontinental Champs Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Just when I was done complaining about thrown together teams being champs, along comes another one to take the titles. Sheesh. Now Dolph and Drew are rather exceptional together, no doubt, but if you're wondering why they're so low in my rankings, despite being champs, it's because they don't care if they get disqualified. And getting disqualified gives less points to me. Then again, neither does the Shield, aka Evolution 3.0. If Rollins and Ambrose want to make the Shield kings of Raw, they need to curb their nasty tendencies up until the curb stomp or dirty deeds. Still, while I pick the Shield to win, it'll be by DQ, either by Ziggs and McIntyre double teaming, or Braun Strowman charging in. For the WWE Championship, AJ Styles in a rematch against Samoa Joe. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you do not mess around with another man's family. I wouldn't be surprised if Styles has his wife at ringside and Joe approached her, and Wendy smacked the poi out of his mouth. Once again, this looks to be a brutal match, and it all comes down to if Joe actually got in AJ Styles' head. Too bad Joe didn't take a page out of Kevin Owens' playbook and have the champion's advantage taken away. Then he would definitely win. Joe is cruising for a bruising unless he keeps up his psych warfare. In the end, though, I think AJ will pick up the win and set up a rematch in Australia next month. Finally, Hell in a Cell for the Universal title with Mick Foley as guest referee. Roman Reigns defends against Money in the Bank cash-in Braun Strowman. Talk about brutal! This match could very well end up on the top of the cage and then down again in spectacular fashion. And Mick Foley is going to be shuddering through most of it, I'm sure. And I think this match will come down to who Foley gets behind. And considering Strowman's the kind of man who will more than likely try to beat the crap out of Foley the first time Reigns kicks out at 2, I think I know the answer to that. But let the record show that Reigns is 2 for 2 in Hell in a Cell matches. There's something to say about winning experience. Sure, the Dogs of War will try to get in there and the Hounds of Justice will counter, but in the end, Foley will side with the Roman Emperor and give Reigns the victory. Those are my picks. Hopefully I do as good or better than Reigns did with his 6-4 job on College Game Day. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling blogger who always tells it like it is. See ya!